deeper, they definitely have that opportunity. And so,
Right. Okay. You guys, was it recently that you went overseas, or when was it? Where
We go
exactly
over
did you
a
guys
lot.
go?
You know, we're always overseas now, which is cool. But yeah, I think the last overseas trip we just did was Japan and Thailand.
Right.
And before that was Europe, and yeah, we're about to go to Australia after this tour, so
Right.
it's a lot of overseas stuff.
What's the difference between like the scenes as opposed like, you know, in the United States as opposed to, you know, like places in Europe and Japan and all those places? What's the difference?
I mean, I guess it just depends on the place. Like, it's everywhere's different. Just cultures are different in general. But you know, the crowds are always awesome, no matter, like, you know. I mean, some places, like, you know, we'll play and there'll be 50 kids, but they'll be all be going crazy, you know. And you know, what more can you ask for? I guess. You know, so.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, when you're done playing a show, when you're done playing the last song, and you know the lights come up, what's like? How do you want the crowd to feel about your performance? You know, do you want them to get a passion-filled performance? Or what exactly? I know I probably didn't say that right, but
well, I think when somebody pays money to go to a show, I mean, it's partly because they already have a connection with the band, so I want them to feel like they got a chance to see a new side of the band and see, like, you get to know us a little bit better. But of course, since we're on stage and they're in the crowd, I mean, you know, there's always a line there. So of course, the overall goal is just to make sure that they had a great time and had a blast. You know, I mean, there's really nothing I could say between songs that's really going to express my entire personality or everything that this band is about. But hopefully, every time somebody sees us live, they can get just a little more.
All right. Well, what can we look forward to in the future from As I Lay Dying? Lots of touring?
Yeah, a lot of touring. Pretty much already planned being on the road till at least the end of summer, probably into next fall and stuff. So got a little bit more touring in the U.S., a lot of overseas stuff. So just trying to go as many places as possible, play as many shows as possible.
Cool. All right, well, I'm sort of getting real curious here, guys. What's of course for a lot of kids today, you, As I Lay Dying, is their musical influence. Sort of like when you guys were younger, what was your musical influences to where you sort of got to where you are today?
Well, I think it's important for people to realize that a band that influences a person musically doesn't necessarily have to be a band that they sound like. You know, I would say, I've gone through a lot of different stages musically in my life, and sometimes it's the energy and just the feeling behind that music that influences the songs we write now, and not necessarily that we sound like punk bands. I used to listen to punk bands, all the time, like from when I was like 13 to like 20. I was more into punk really than into metal at that point in my life. And, but metal interests me more, from like writing riffs and playing guitar and things like that. It was more of a fun style to play, but I didn't necessarily always listen to that style of music. And I think that's a big reason why we have kind of a faster pace to all of our songs. It's a little bit of that, like, that raw energy, that influences. And of course, I love metal bands as well, and always have. It's not that I only listen to punk, but I love old thrash records that also have that very fast, like, energy to them. Master of Puppets from Metallica, or when metal started turning heavier with bands like Pantera. I think those are bands that influence all of us as well.
Right.
Yeah, it's very similar. I guess like Pantera, like growing up with those bands.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the thrashier metal records, like all the Megadeth stuff, like stuff like that. But yeah, like Tim said, a lot of us grew up on like punk and hardcore and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everybody in the band is different. Everybody in the band has different influences. And, you'd be amazed at some of the things that are on our iPods. So
Cool. Well, guys, I was looking at some interviews on your MySpace, and there was a guy that was doing some card tricks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I was like, you know what? I can do some card tricks.
Oh, sweet.
So I just so happen to have a fresh pack of cards here. Let me sit right here. If you guys want to sit right here, I need to get a good camera angle. All right. So let's just see here. Just gonna get all these cards out of here. All right. These little. If you guys want to check those, make sure they're legit. You know, feel free. If you want to give them a little shuffle, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like a normal deck to me.
All right.
All right. And I'm also going to show you how to do it too.
All right, sweet.
So I've done this trick several times before. Okay. Now I don't drink, but you can amaze some drunk people by showing them this. Okay. Man rescue. All right. You're going to impress some drunk people. Do this trick. All right. Here we go. Get a little shuffle action here. I'll do it one more time. Alright. You guys tell me when to stop. Stop. 5 of hearts. Is it? Uh-huh.
There you go.
Bingo. You want me to show you how to do it?
All right,
I'd
let's
love
see
to
it.
know.
Check it out, guys. Alright, now I know you got, especially you, really good with your hands. It's all in the hands, baby. Alright.
All right.
You know, you're just talking up a storm, band rescue. You guys watching? Oh. Get it going, alright? Okay, what you do is you just talk them up. Just talking them up. Talking them up, guys. And you know, when you're talking, you're just, sneak a little peek at the bottom. Sneak a little peek at the bottom. You know, it's 7 of clubs there. You know. So when you do it, just a little sleight of hand. A little sleight of hand.
Oh, nice.
Okay? And then when they say, stop. There you go. You already know what happens. So
Good
band
work.
rescue. Thanks, man. Let's high
Good
five it
work,
up.
dude.
Nice.
Good work.
So I got one more question for you guys, okay? And then we'll wrap it up.
All right.
This is a question I've been wanting to ask you guys for a while now. Like I said earlier, like a lot of kids today, when they're asked what their musical influences are, they'll definitely mention As I Lay Dying. I know personally for me, when I was a younger kid, I was in this little awkward screamo stage, and one of my best friends he came and brought in a CD and he played the song 94 Hours, and it got to the drum part when it was just totally blew my mind. What does it feel like to know that like kids nowadays, when they tell people what kind of music they listen to, that they'll say, "You ever heard of As I Lay Dying?" And then they're like, "Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I listen to." How does that make you guys feel? Is it accomplished sort of kind of feeling?
I mean, it's an honor. I mean, it's really. It sounds like a simple answer, but to me, that's the most genuine answer. Just that we feel very, very honored. I mean, same feeling. We get up on stage, realize, wow, these people are here to watch us play. I mean, that's it blows my mind because when we first started this band, I think our first show was maybe 25 people, 30 people. So
nice. All right. Well, I think that'll do it. Bandrescue.com. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked out As I Lay Dying yet, come out of your rock. Come check them out. As I Lay Dying.